video is going to educate, but it's good. It's good to share. I like sharing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the expert, but the little I've experienced in this business, I believe that we must be able to pass it on for people to also learn from it.
Benefits,
so
yes.
that's my aim of sharing.
So as we were saying earlier, you were talking about how if you buy your house in an area where there's conflict or it's a waterlogged area, your house may not appreciate. So what are some of the things you should look out for when buying a house?
I believe that when you want to acquire property, you should engage the experts, those who know about properties, because sometimes it will be very difficult for you to know the kind of area you are buying into unless somebody who have experience in that, which most of the time because it's also cost a bit extra, people don't want to do. If you are able to engage somebody who is already in that business, he can advise you. I will always say that look out for a bit hilly area to buy your property. Okay, look out to where accessibility is very good, that you can go with public transport, where utility is also readily available.
Yeah.
You get it. If you look at accessibility, you can go there anytime, even with public transport. Utilities are there, okay? And it's not on a low-lying ground.
Why should we look for areas that are hilly?
Not too hilly, but it should not be a low-lying, because where it's low-lying, the possibility of a flood is high.
Okay. In Ghana, a lot of people prefer building a house to buying a house. Which option do you think is better? Do you think it's better to build a house or buy a house?
I will tell you, from experience, that it's always better to buy a house.
Why?
Let me give you this analogy. I will relate it to like you are sewing a dress. You buy your material, you send it to a tailor or a seamstress to sew it for you. The probability that you earn the end product or you don't like it can be there.
Yeah, yes.
Even delayed, the frustration that you also go through to get your dress done on time is also there.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you are buying, you look at it, you see that this is according to my spec. So you buy according to your spec.
Yeah.
Okay, you get it at the right time, and all the frustration in acquiring a house, somebody has taken it upon himself. That's why I said involve experts. It's only people who expert, most of the time it's expert who build.
True, yeah.
Because sometimes it can be a bit frustrating when you are building. Even how to get a good land and get the document is also a challenge.
Yeah. So when you buy a house, all those things have been taken care of for
already.
you. Then it may be cheaper to, let's say, if I want to build a 3-bedroom house and I find a 3-bedroom house that is going for, let's say, $100,000, do you think it will be cheaper for me to buy the 3-bedroom house than building it?
Yes. You see, when you are building yourself, sometimes you cannot get all the costs. There will be a lot of incidental costs that you cannot plan.
True.
But when you are buying, you know the price, so you plan and you buy it. There's no incidental cost, there's no frustrations, you get it.
Yeah.
Those things are minimal, so it gives you the right peace of mind. Buying a house in Ghana, if you are novice, you can engage the banks who do mortgage. Okay, even if you have all the money, you can engage a mortgage company, because they have processes they go through, and they will check all, so they know the certified one or the legit. You get it?
Yeah.
So through them you know that, and moreover, every house they also you buy through them is also insured.
Oh, okay. So the bank insures it for you?
Yes, they insure it, so you know the legit. If you give your money to a family member, your family member is not expecting burden.
True.
It's not expecting those areas. So maybe not deliberately want to mess you up, but you find that you end up being messed up, and it creates a lot of family problems. If you want to buy a house, first You identify the company you want to buy the house. You visit their site. You see what they have done and what they are doing, whether they are firmly on the ground. If you are buying through mortgage, you visit the bank, and moreover, the banks, most of the mortgage companies already know these companies. They know who is legit and who is not legit. You get, after that, they will give you offer letter. And sometimes people don't read the offer letter because the offer letter will give you the terms and conditions for which that house is being given to you. You see, offer letter will state whether it's a leasehold, it's a freehold, and even if it's a leasehold, how many years is left. But sometimes people don't look at all those things, and they are very crucial things that you have to, because you can buy a house that the leasehold is just left with about 10 years to expire.
Oh,
but
so you buy the house and you lose it so soon.
Not that you will lose it, but you need to also pay another money to get it rectified. Okay. So you can also engage a lawyer who also deals in property, because it's not all lawyers. Lawyers are like carpenters. Some carpenters are for coffins. Some carpenters are for roofing. Some carpenters are for furniture. You get it?
So you have to find a lawyer for land. You have
to find a lawyer who knows much about land and properties. All lawyers, everybody have his specialties. You get it?
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you get a lawyer who also deals more in land and property.
Everybody talks about location being the major thing to look for when buying a house, but I remember you talked about 10 fundamental things to look for when buying a house. The first one being location, right?
Yeah, so location is good, okay? But it's not always location. Sometimes the developer also is important.
Oh.
You get it?
Yeah.
Because a good developer will turn bad location into a very good location. A bad developer will turn a good location into a bad place.
Very true.
So developer, it used to be location. But I will tell you that it's developer.
True. Yeah, because if the person doesn't know what they are doing, they can mess up.
Yes, very good location, but to mess the place up.
Yeah.
And let me tell one thing, it's like a brand. I will also use the fashion world. Okay?
Yeah.
Fashion world. When you talk about Gucci, you see, once you talk about them, they know that everything about them is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Likewise, if a developer is known, okay?
Yeah.
Have that plan. Once it's this developer, people don't check even where it is. They will just go in for.
Yes.
Because it's a seasoned developer. And if it's a bad location, no good developer will develop that place.
Yeah.
So developers are like designers. A good developer will not look at certain things that any other person will
look at. Yeah.
You get it? You will look at how accessible the place is, the utility, the contours of the land. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if this developer is developing here, it means that it's good.
It's good. Okay. It means the land is good, right?
Yes. Because let me tell you one thing. There are so many prime areas where the land full crazy. And you need to do a lot of stuff to be able to build to last.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And it will cost you much to do it. But you don't know the land's texture. Because the land texture is also very important for development. There are certain land texture, if you don't do proper engineering in the foundation, within 3 years, you will see all the burden, having, not just sinking, but having cracks in them.
Oh.
It's not a flat area, but the land is clay. So you need experts. And a good developer will not develop in such area. Even if he will develop, he will put all the necessary structure in place. They used to be location. And I tend to be, a bit controversial. I would say developer.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So you've talked about the second reason, the second point to look out for when buying a house. So the third point, I think security is a good point, right?
Yeah, security is very good.
Yeah.
Security is, but also it's relative.
Mm.
Security is good, but
It's
what
very.
kind of security are you looking at?
I guess we're looking at an area where a lot of, let's say, robbery doesn't go on, or it's
Because yes, security is
peaceful.
good, but security is how the place is planned.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
even developers when they are also developing, they look at security. They plan it said that security will be good. These are technical issues. Sometimes you will not understand. Okay,
Okay.
but even doing the drawings, there's a way to go about it to make sure that the security is good.
Interesting. How?
And yes,
I've
uh,
never thought about security that way before.
okay, like essays. Let me give you a typical example. The essays. You can plan it such that the road goes, it ends somewhere and it goes like round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have 12 road throughout, anybody can just pass
Pass
through.
through. Yeah.
But you make it such that it will be difficult if you don't live there. Even to go and walk there,
It's,
you'll be odd.
hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
People want to high walls. When you do a high wall, it's not good. Because if the walls are not too high, neighbors, anybody can see through if there are challenges.
Yeah.
But once your wall is wall, once somebody jump into it, he
Nobody
does
can
everything.
see.
Nobody can see. So you put the place, you know, you what? You breach the security of that area.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's why most of the time estates, when you enter estates, their walls are not too high.
Yeah.
Let me give you example. There's this country. I know two countries where security is a big concern. Those two countries, when you go there, one thing I realized that when you go there, most of their front walls are transparent.
Hmm.
You can see through.
So anything that goes on, you can.
Yeah, you get it.
See. Yeah.
You know, these are countries with serious crime issues, but when you go, most of their fence wall you can see through.
Yeah. So if
And
anything
sometimes people
happens,
think that when you have a fence wall which is high, it means you have improved your security.
it's wrong.
It's other way around. So these are some of the technical issues, and this ones is developers who do those things. That's why I said it's developer.
Developer. Yeah.
So developer will look at this, even the design of the house. You will look at where the wind is blowing, you know, where you must place the windows so that you will have enough air and enough light. There are things to consider.
Yeah. True. True.
You will even consider the contour of the land and see where the drains will pass and everything before you start building. Other than that, you do a design. At the end of the day, you can't even get your drains.
True. Yeah.
That's why you must engage a professional.
It's very important, I can tell. So I guess the next thing will be terrain, right? Since you talked about the contours of the land.
Yeah, the terrain is like the contours, whether it is how it slopes, whether it's hilly, whether it's a valley. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know, valley is correct water.
Yes, they
And
collect water.
assuming if you are, all the surrounding places are high and you build in the valley, you expect that, you know,
flood.
Yeah. And even to channel your, you know, your rainwater and your house water will be a problem.
Yeah, very true.
So these are some of the things. So like if I'm developing in such a area, I'll just develop around it. Then in the middle maybe I make a children playground, a forest reserve, or something.
Something, yeah.
Recreational center. You get turn that place to, no, because you need some green also.
Yeah,
green
you need
area.
some greenery.
So they are all very important.
talking about how your house can buy you a house, I guess another thing will be equity, right? Equity is another thing to look for when buying a house.
Oh yes, when you are buying a house, you see, when you buy it from a very developed area doesn't give you much of equity because they are already at the peak.
Okay, yeah, they've capped.
When they are at the peak, it's either they stay there,
or they come down,
or they go very minute. But if the place is a developing area, okay,
yeah,
that's why a lot of people rise to new areas when they see that there's a good developer is here. Let me tell you one thing. The land value can multiply even 10 times when a good developer put just the signpost.
Interesting.
Wow. It will change the whole place. Even just a signpost that Bureau Limited at a place can change the land value because they know the developer and he's going to put up estate. So all the adjoining properties is good to build in a newer area that are developing.
Yeah.
But you need to also understand the kind of development that is coming there.
Okay.
There are certain new areas they start developing so many years and they are the way
they are. They don't go true. Very true.
And indeed they expect to know how quickly, because let me tell you one thing, if the place is easily accessible, development will move fast. If there are other facilities there, the development will move fast. If the utility is there, the development, you get it?
Yeah.
So these are some of the things, these are agents of development.
So in this day and age, a lot of people have their buildings, they have maybe bought their house and they later find out that the house is owned by somebody else because the documents they had were not correct documents and stuff. How do we deal with something like this?
That's why I said, one, you have to get an expert, because somebody can give you a paper and since you are not an expert, you won't know whether it's a genuine paper or not. So you engage a lawyer who knows much about it, and when you engage a lawyer, he will also do all the necessary checks and he will give you the green light.
So another point that I think we should look for when buying a house is maintenance. How do you think maintenance affects the house?
Yes, it's good, and I believe that you must also look out for houses that at least you will not spend so much in maintenance.
Okay.
Because whatever decision you are taking, you have to also be mindful about tomorrow. Maybe today you have money, tomorrow you don't have money.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you must know the kind of houses you are building and how much it takes to maintain. Or even the service, if you are buying from estates, you must also think about the service charge. There are certain estates you buy and the service charge alone
is too high.
It's too high that you have to pay yearly. If you don't pay, you cannot access your house.
Oh wow.
So if you buy a house and maybe you had a windfall and you bought a house and certain years you cannot pay for that, that will be a problem because it's in the contract. That's why I say that you must read the contract, you must understand the contract, or you must engage a lawyer to take you through the contract. I'm buying a house, they give you a document, he doesn't understand, he doesn't read, he just go and put it there.
And then it goes against...
Yes, it goes against the rule because there's a rule. Everyone who buy a car, there's a manual.
Yeah.
That's why when you buy a property too, there's the offer letter, the indenture, they will give all the lease and there are conditions in. Buying
properties again, I think another thing that is very important is the community that the house is in and the kind of neighbors that you have, right? Because it can some way affect the equity of the house.
Yes, that's why I always advise people that it's better to buy estates. If you don't buy estates, okay, and maybe you also don't buy where the land value is high. You are looking for a cheap land to buy. You buy the cheap land, you go and all your neighbors are squatters. You get it?
Yeah.
So in that case, crime will be high.
High, yeah.
That's why I've talked about crime. If all the neighbors are squatters, the crime will be high.
Yeah, because it wasn't planned.
Yes, you get it. And you are not assured of the... But if it's estates, you know that estates, people who can buy estates are people who are working, who are either middle class or high class.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So at least you are assured of your neighbors.
Sure,
You
yeah,
get it?
yeah.
Though it's not 100%, but you are sure
Assured.
that you have a decent
Neighbor, okay.
So it's also very important.
Yeah, it's a very important factor. I agree with you.
A lot of people want to have 10-bedroom house,
Oh,
6-bedroom house,
too big.
7-bedroom house, just to show off. You see, and when you do that, you are burdening your children when you are not there. They have to put on light, the light bill, maintenance costs. So once you are not there, they cannot maintain their house.
Yeah.
So either they sell off the house or the house become like a museum.
Yeah. That's why there are so many empty houses in East Legon,
Yes.
right?
You see, so you must also think, not just think about your condition about today, but think about your condition tomorrow. Think about when you are not there. You know, if I have to use so much to build a huge mansion, what about having 5 houses with the same amount? Then I will live in one, then I'll rent the rest.
Others out.
So that if even I have children, when I'm not there, everybody pick one, and there's no dispute.
Yeah.
So most of the houses, they bring huge house, when they die or they are not there, it become a disputed house, and nobody can use it, and the house just deteriorates.
Yeah. Because it's even difficult for
you don't think about future, you don't think about children, you don't think about children, you just think about ourselves.
Very true.
And a lot of them also start those houses. They start the house 10 years and they are still building. They have not finished. They are not enjoying their food. Okay?
Yeah.
And every month they put it in.
Yeah.
By the time they finish the house,
they'll be too old.
The year or two, they are off.
They die.
They die off.
They die and leave the house.
So why not buy estates? Enjoy it while you have your strength. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's so very, because I know houses that they start building 20 years, they haven't finished.
Yeah, they are still building.
And maybe you are renting a place and you are still building.
Then you are losing so much money.
Yes, because that's an investment that is not giving you any return, and you keep pumping everything down.
You have a good point. Yeah, you have a very good point. I think another thing that we should look for is the track record of, let's say, the area or the developer of a house, right?
Yeah, you see, let me tell you one thing. Bad developers don't last. So somebody who has been in that business 10 years or plus, it means that he's a legit. Because if you are not a good developer, you cannot even last for 5 years. You will fade away.
Why is it so difficult?
It's difficult because, let me tell you one thing. Lie cannot last.
Yeah, true.
Okay?
Sure.
So if you are developing and you don't build right, okay? Even where you build, if you don't build, where you build, you can't pass there. The people will chase you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You build 2 years, it's cracking, it's this. You cannot go there.
You can't go there, yes.
And nobody will recommend you because people buy through referrals.
Yeah.
Nobody will refer you.
Nobody will refer you, true.
So within 3 years, you'll be off the board. I will have to charge you for consultancy because I'm giving you a lot of
points.
You cannot even get in the classroom.
Very true, very true. And a lot of people are going to enjoy this kind of content because these are things that
is free consultancy.
Yeah.
And I'll charge you for that. How much will you pay?
The number of views I get from this video is how much I'll pay you.
The number of views.
Yes.
So if you don't get views, you pay me. Because this video is going to educate. But it's good, you know, it's good to share. I like sharing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the expert, but the little I've experienced in this business, I believe that we must be able to pass it on for people to also learn from it.
Benefits,
so
yes.
that's my aim of sharing.
Thank you so much for giving us all these important points. We appreciate you a lot. We will definitely bring you your $1 million for quality content. I hope you enjoy talking to me because I really enjoy talking to you.
I always enjoy sharing. I know,
you
know, if I experience, I don't share. That's a waste.
Yes. Yeah.
So I always love sharing. I will continue to share.
Yeah.
And I believe that your viewers will also take time and also analyze all what I've said. They should feel free and give their comments. Where they don't agree with me, they should also say their view. I'm not the expert, but let's discuss. This is a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
See you.
Thank you. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I am Mami Sikaya, #1 Kasoa ambassador. And this is my manager actually. He is He is the brain behind this channel. I'll see you in my next one. Peace. I'm out. Bye.